Good morning. Boy, there sure is a whole lot going on today. Let's get people piled in here. There has been lots of developments, not only with the fire, but with other geopolitical events as well. So let's get everybody a minute to pile in. How's everybody doing today? Where's everybody located? Let me know where you're coming in from. So it is, the heck is today? Friday, January 10th, 2025. Okay, so we've got Leilani Jensen from Arizona, Ronnie from Chino, welcome. Sherry Ray Hancock from Arkansas, welcome. We're waiting for our mods to get here. They should be here shortly. Where's everybody calling in? Or call again, that's terrible. Where's everybody located? Let me know where you're all at as we pile in here. If you're on, Shark from LA. Oh, right here with me. Okay. Oh, here's Alex. Okay, let's see. Let me get Alex. Let's see. Alex, I'm trying to get you in here. Let's see. Alex, are you in? I'm not sure if you've gotten in yet. Let's see here. All right, everybody. So we got Mike from Massachusetts. Of course, Alex from Kansas. Okay, let me see here. Alex is saying, accept my request. I don't know why it's not letting me do that. I think I got you there, Alex. Let's see. Did that work?
Good morning, good sir.
Oh, good morning. Oh, good. It worked. So we've got Mr. Enduro said, how bad was last night? Well, it was interesting, to say the least. We had a false alarm here where I live in Los Angeles. And, oh, my gosh, it's just crazy what's been going on there. We have some comments over on Rumble, YouTube, and Facebook. I think it's YouTube. Paul Wyrick from Central Missouri. Welcome, Paul. Laura Chin from Humboldt County, California. Welcome, Laura. So back to how bad was it last night? Well, we're going to bring up the map here in a little bit, but what was interesting is we got a false alarm where I live saying to evacuate. Did some research online and found out that the entire county of LA got it, which just another comedy of errors taking place. It's just mind-blowing how they...
And when they asked the mayor about it, she just stared at the floor.
Yeah, did you see that? You guys did. If you saw that, they interviewed Karen Bass and asked her direct questions, and she just stood there, speechless, nothing. I couldn't believe it. I was stunned. Afghan coming here from LA. Sherry Ray Hancock says we have lots of snow here. I'm not sure exactly where that is. Good morning, Deborah Fox. Peter from Boston, welcome. So yeah, it was just crazy. The fires I'm going to give everybody an update on where we're at on the fires. We've got on the Palisades fire, it's 8% contained. Over 20,000 acres burned. Eaton fire, 0% contained. Over 13,000 acres burned. Kenneth fire, 35% contained. 1,000 acres burned. The Hearst fire, 37% contained. Over 700 acres burned. And the Lydia fire, 75% contained. Good. And almost 400 acres burned. So Sherry Ray Hancock said, Arkansas, wonderful. Welcome, Arkansas. Let's see, we've got, hold on one second, everybody. Let me see if I can fix this here. notify somebody that just texted me.
Oh,
Hold on. Here we got Ronnie just came in. It looks like. All right. Free the Bird said, "Are you Lebanese?" Yes, I am. Half Lebanese and half Syrian. So don't mess with me. You know what I'm saying?
don't mess with the Sam.
Yeah, exactly. Drongo 500 said Mexico is helping. Well, I think several states, in addition to Mexico, are helping as well. So we've got the number of acres that have burned is historic. They're talking about possibly this being the worst fire in American history. This is significant stuff. It's just mind-blowing what's going on there.
Palisades fire is now up to 20,438 acres, 8% contained. The Eaton fire is at 13,956, 0% contained.
Wow.
Kenneth fire, which is Ventura, 1,000 acres burned, 35% contained. Hearst fire is almost 800 acres, 37% contained. And the Lydia fire is 400 acres with 75% contained.
Okay, great. Thanks for the update. AJ said, I went through the wildfire evacuation in 2008. High winds always win. It's true. That's the winds that are the deciding factor. Mary McCrary. Hi, Mary. Nice to have you here. Welcome. We've got Velcro said, who started the fires? Well, it looks to me like there have been multiple arsonists, and Ronnie just said one suspect was arrested. So I don't know. What I find interesting is they have now deployed the National Guard here in Los Angeles under the guise of the fire. But what's very interesting is they're having them all meet in Glendale, which is really nowhere near the fires. And subsequently, there are quite a few movie studios in that area. Is there a connection there? Well, I don't know, but I find it interesting that not only here in California is the National Guard deployed, but I think there's 6 states that currently are under a state of emergency, and all of which have deployed the National Guard. So make of it what you will, but there is certainly some weird things going on. We had, on a whole separate note, Mel Gibson was on Joe Rogan podcast. And I don't know if you caught that, Alex, but he was talking about cancer cures.
I actually was watching it before you texted me and said I'm going live.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's a lot happening today. Jer Adams sent a rose. Thank you, Jer. Appreciate it. And then everybody on TikTok, if you would double tap that screen, let's get those likes going. We have a goal set up today of the heart emoji. If you can send one, that would be great. Thank you. If you're on Rumble, YouTube, or TikTok, give us the thumbs up or the positive affirmation button. I would appreciate it. So
here comes White Dudes for Harris.
Uh-oh. Ronnie, good morning.
Good morning, guys. I don't know if you caught wind of this. I just caught wind of this. There's a fire in Newport Beach.
Oh, is there?
Corona Del Mar, to be exact.
Holy smokes. Did you hear about that,
Alex? It looks like it's growing.
I am looking at Newport Beach right now. This site has not updated. Let me pull up. What was the other site they gave us? Let me look at my history real quick. I will stand by.
Okay, standing by. So everybody on TikTok, everyone on Rumble, YouTube, and X, send me a message. Let me know where you're located so we can say hello this morning. MMA said this pattern is so odd. It is very odd. There's no way embers are going to travel 20 miles to start another fire. And now it looks like arsonists are coming out, or have been out, I should say. Cam McLean coming in from Denver. Welcome, Cam. Amy from Connecticut, welcome. Angel A. Deasy from Phoenix, welcome. Tina Amaro from Kansas City, welcome. Toko Wallpaper from Jakarta, Indonesia. Welcome, Toko.
Wow.
Monica Christopherson from Washington State. Welcome. Guardian Angel from Michigan. Excellent. YOLO Swag 2012 from Texas. Felix Cat from the Inland Empire in Southern California. Welcome, Felix Cat, another Californian. Kathy Phelps, 281 from Minnesota. Welcome. Oh, James is here. Let's see if we can get James in here as well.
Now, the one suspect that was arrested was in Woodland Hills. He was contained by residents of the neighborhood that he apparently was trying to start a fire in. He was arrested. His identity hasn't been released, but LAPD suspects that he's affiliated with the arsonist group setting these fires.
Interesting.
I'm not seeing anything on watch duty yet, or fire.ca.gov about Newport Beach. I've got it pulled up here, but I'm not even seeing.
Can you type in Corona Del Mar?
I see Corona Del Mar. I'm on that right now, and it's not like I said. The map's not showing like that Sunset Fire. We were able to get a marker on the map pretty quickly. So as we go here, I'll monitor it and see if it updates.
Okay, looks like James joined us. Good morning, James.
Good morning, everybody.
Are you feeling better?
One of the treats or highlights to my morning this morning was watching the citizens' arrest of the suspected arson. They caught him red-handed, and I'm really quite surprised that the neighborhood didn't have a ping pong contest with the guy before they called the cops.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. It would be appropriate, that's for sure. So we've got, sorry about that. I'm going to read off some of our guests here. We have Lynn, let's see. Oh, Kathy Phelps from Minnesota. We have Roberts, Mom Faye 25 from Missouri. Welcome. Excuse me. Julie from Arkansas. Welcome. Linda KX 100 from Florida. Welcome. Tina Back Crazy Bird Lady, AFF Tina from Kentucky. Ale from West Los Angeles, but right now at work in Beverly Hills. Welcome, Ale. Bernard Dobansky from Texas. Welcome. Dennis Shawn from Kentucky. Welcome. We've got Barb Stribley from Nebraska. Mammoth Lakes, Ron G. Bingle. Christian Anderson from Santa Rosa, California. Den Wills from Hawaii. Mimi from Los Angeles. Welcome, everyone. We have Adulting is Overrated from Indianapolis, Indiana. Welcome. Cam McLean sent another gift. Thank you. Anthony G from Malika Hill, New Jersey. Welcome. And so we've got MMA from the East Coast, Brad Rice from Michigan. So
Klaus Schwab put a post out on X that says, "From the ashes of LA, a smart city will emerge."
Whoa.
Wow, that's crazy. Claire from the UK, Boo from Florida, Dixie's Finest from Georgia. Welcome. Yeah, well, I think that there is much more going on behind the scenes. Somebody made a good point on X this morning, and they were talking about the houses that were destroyed on Pacific Coast Highway, and as well as the ones in Pacific Palisades. They were saying that because they've been burned down, now they're going to take years to go through the Planning Commission, and then the Coastal Commission, which I've had interaction with. Elon Musk came out today and said that the Coastal Commission shouldn't even exist, and that maybe this is a way to get rid of those other bureaucratic agencies.
They're talking about the permit process.
Yeah, permit process.
The people with the Winnebagos will be back in their land within days, and those that are wanting to rebuild, it's going to take them years to get through the permit process.
Yeah, it's crazy here. The first business I ever had was a health club in Dana Point, California. And when I was thinking about putting it in San Clemente, Dana Point, Laguna Hills, so on and so forth, when I was in San Clemente, and this is back in, what would it have been, 1985, when I was going through the permit process or looking for locations, this Coastal Commission, I was going to put it in a building in San Clemente, California. The Coastal Commission got involved, and they said I had to buy the building, create the architectural drawings before they would tell me whether or not they would allow me to put a health club there. It was crazy, ridiculous.
Go spend $150,000 and then we might.
Right.
Right.
Right. It's
So-
just crazy.
We might give you permission.
Right. Exactly.
Possibly have your health club.
Exactly. So we've got Daughter of the Most High from Knoxville. Welcome. Scat Amborn from Wisconsin. Excellent. Welcome. Claire from the UK. Hey, Claire, welcome from across the pond there. Boo from Florida. So I don't know if anybody heard, but we also have some developments in President Trump's case this morning.
Yeah.
They have,
Unconditional. What?
yeah, exactly. What are they calling it? An unconditional, I forget the term that they use, but basically what they're saying is they're going to still call him a felon, but they're not going to impose any kind of sentence on him.
So it's done. It's over. He got his sentence.
It is an unconditional discharge.
There it is, unconditional discharge. What a joke. What an absolute joke.
Will he have the power to pardon himself?
Once
Oh,
he's
that's
in.
it. That's a good question. I guess he would.
So he got his sentence. It's done. It's over. The shebang is out of the box.
Yeah, exactly. But even if he pardons himself, does that affect his felony status or felon status?
I think full pardon makes it go away completely.
Okay. All right. Got you.
I could be mistaken though.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
So basically, it's like getting expunged.
Well, yeah, because an expungement completely removes it from your record. So yeah, that would be a fairly easy way or a precise way to express it. Hey, everybody on TikTok, if you would double tap that screen. We've got a live goal set up for today. If you can contribute to it, that would be great. It's appreciated. I think it's the heart emoji today. If you're on Rumble, X, or YouTube, give us the thumbs up or the positive affirmation button. It would be appreciated. What were you going to say, James?
I'm surprised that it's gone as far as it has. There's an excerpt about Judge Joe Brown speaking out of the entire thing this morning, and he calls it all a fallacy. He said it was unjust, and there's no way that this should even gone as far as it did.
Right.
It was just nothing but simply zeroing in on a target on President Trump. And it's unfortunate we had to make they had to make such a mockery of it.
Right.
There's a lot of reasons this could go away, and even if it was a discharge, the Trump administration can still appeal it and make it go away anyway. So whether he pardons himself or not, if they dig deep enough, they'll see it. And Judge Joe Brown pointed that out this morning.
I absolutely love Judge Joe Brown.
Oh yeah, have you guys ever seen his
bullshit kind of guy?
Have you seen his expose on Barack Obama? And
Oh yeah. Scathing.
Let me thank some of these people here. Wendy Ann sent a hand heart. Thank you so much, Wendy Ann. Oh, she sent a couple of them. Thank you. Oh, she sent 3 of them. Wow, you're great, Wendy Ann. Thank you so much. It's appreciated. Yeah, that one with Barack Obama. Holy cannoli. That was mind-blowing.
Hey, real quick, there's a comment. Is that a joke, Judge Joe Brown, the reality TV star? Dig into that man. Do a little research on him besides the reality TV, okay?
Right, exactly.
As Dubs, if you're trolling, you will get banned.
Okay. So, all right. Well, again, so we've got some of the
you're gone. Later, bud. See ya. Goodbye.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Alex.
Block.
I didn't see the last name.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's
Okay.
not worth repeating.
Okay,
Use
got it.
foul language towards us.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, so we've got some of the current events covered. Let's pull up that map, Alex. Can we do that?
Yes, sir. Give me just a second.
I just wanted to say, even if Trump can't overturn his felon or whatever they call it, discharge, does it really make a difference? He got a slap on the wrist. He's still becoming president. And as long as he does good things, who really cares?
Right, exactly. I agree. I mean, the mandate was clear in the election.
America has spoken.
Right.
Didn't George W. Bush back in the late 70s, early 80s get a DUI, which is considered a felony?
I don't know about that. It's possible, but I'm not quite sure. Do you guys know about it?
You're done.
While Alex pulls up the map, I'm gonna fact check.
I'm looking at Corona Del Mar. I see no markers, no indicators at this point in time.
That's so strange because on TikTok, one guy made a video. He's like, "I'm in Corona Del Mar, and a fire on a hill started."
It might be just a small one. Let me see. I'm
It
gonna,
wasn't big, but it was like enough to make a few TikTok videos.
huh. Okay, so I'm looking at Corona Del Mar right now on WeatherBug, and I'm not seeing any. I'm not seeing anything for Corona Del Mar.
Where do we want to start? We want to start Pasadena or Palisades?
Yeah, let's start with Palisades and see where we're at on that.
Currently, looks like I'm not getting the winds that we were getting yesterday. I don't know if I'm zoomed in too far, too close, but if you are, looks like to the north, mandatory evacuations are in red, folks. Orange is going to be active fire, and yellow will be evacuation warning. Looks like Santa Monica Mountains is under warning. Monte Nido is mandatory. Topanga Park mandatory. LA County Smithsonian District open space mandatory. Westridge Canyon Back Wilderness mandatory. Get into the populated areas here. It looks like, take one more zoom in. Riviera Country Club mandatory. That hasn't really changed much since yesterday. What it looks like has changed is the mandatory evacuations have shifted to the north of the fires.
Okay.
So indicative of the direction of the wind. We do have a fire since last night that's popped up over in Hidden Hills.
Oh, Hidden Hills is going up now too.
You can see there, pretty significant size fire. I don't know, it's not showing up on the legend as to evacuation areas, but if we zoom in, let's look at this one on the 3D.
We got a message from YouTube. Pegasus said, "Hello from Butte County, a former resident of Paradise, California. I know what these people are going through, sending love and light their way. They will need it." Thank you, Pegasus. That's really sweet.
Absolutely. Kenneth Fire looks like there's 1,000 acres since last night, guys, that have gone up.
Wow, another 1,000. Yeah, we should give an update too. So there's 13,926 total emergency responses at this point. 92 wildfires, over 29,000 acres burned, supposedly 5 fatalities, and over 10,000 structures destroyed.
Wow, it is knocking on the door of these homes.
Wow. Now the orange there, Alex, that's what
fire? That's the Kenneth Fire.
That's the Kenneth Fire. Okay.
1,000 acres burned. Looks like it is north. Yeah. North of.
Yeah, Daughter of the Most High said it's apocalyptic. It does look that way, I'm telling you. Hey, everybody on TikTok, if you would, double tap that screen, share this live out to your people, your TikTok people. Same on YouTube, X, and Rumble. Give us the thumbs up with the positive affirmation button. It's appreciated.
Yeah, Newport's still not showing anything. We'll check that one. Go back up here to the Kenneth Fire.
Little update. September 4th, 1976, George Bush did plead guilty to a DUI in Maine and was fined $150.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, now I've got wind speeds up, guys. Looks like north-northwest winds, 8 miles an hour around the Kenneth Fire, 12 miles an hour to the north of the Palisades Fire, 7 miles an hour, 2 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour up across the top of the mountains. So winds are relatively mild in comparison to when this all started. 13 miles an hour. I wonder if this cam's live. Let's check and see. It is. What do we got?
Oh, wow. Where's this now?
This is on top of the Palisades.
Interesting.
So, looks like from a cell tower cam.
Yeah, I'm surprised the cell tower's still there. I can't tell whether there's the landmass around there is burned or not. Can you?
I don't. I mean, honestly, I don't see whether it is or not. I mean, that house right there is still. He's on top of the peak. He seems to be okay. It's kind of hard. These pictures are not the clearest, and it doesn't tell us what direction it's facing.
Are these those San Diego State cameras again, Alex?
All the cameras are going to be San Diego State. So,
okay. Interesting.
Oh, I did not mean to close that. Let's open that back up.
So it looks like they've updated the Palisades fire to 8% contained now. Hearst fire 37%, Kenneth fire 35%, and Lydia fire still at 75% contained.
I'm gonna look over here at the Pasadena area, see if we can get wind speeds. Same thing. 1 mile an hour. 0.2. It's pretty still up around that area this morning. So that's good news for fighting the fires. Zoom in and look at evacuation warnings. Looks like in Santa Madre, there's a couple of warnings there, mandatory.
B. Folded said news is already lying, saying there's no report saying anyone set them.
Well, I can tell you something too. This morning I was watching, trying to view everything that was going on up there, and they showed that a Canada super tanker hit a drone and took it in the left wing, and they downed the air. It didn't down the aircraft. They made it safely to ground. They show a dent in the left wing where it perforated the skin, and they made it sound like it was a huge, huge event. Well, I'm a licensed aircraft mechanic, and I could have that thing repaired in 15 minutes and back in the air. And they say it's grounded, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, they're embellishing.
Yeah, where was this, James?
I'm not exactly sure where in California it was, but it was one of the several Canadian tankers that came down to do air fighting or water fighting from the air, and they were gulping water out of the ocean, and that's one thing they were trying to prevent. Water, at this point, water is water, but they made it sound like it was such a huge event that an aircraft hit a drone. An aircraft can hit a bird and do the same thing. But They made it such a big deal about the aircraft being grounded. I, as a aircraft mechanic, could have had that thing fixed in 15 minutes and back in the sky.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. But they made it sound like it was, life-ending situation.
Right. That's just crazy. Joy Adams is asking, how do you share a live? Anybody know?
So the little arrow in the bottom right-hand corner of the live, if you click that arrow and then choose the person that you want to share to. Appreciate the shares, appreciate the likes, appreciate the gifts. You guys tap the screen. Send Sam some love. We appreciate this daily dispatch and going live and trying to keep us all up to date on what's going on in this crazy movie.
Oh, that's another thing. So yesterday, my daily dispatch, the daily video on TikTok there was no views on it, which is just unheard of through the majority of the day. And then I got not a warning, but they took the video down and said, oh, it doesn't, you've violated community standards. So I appealed it, and I'm waiting for the result on the appeal. But I'm wondering if we're going to start seeing a little more tightening up on the censorship deal.
Probably.
I haven't watched yesterday's. I need to go back and watch it and see. Well, I can't if they pulled it.
Well, no, they put it back up. They disqualified it from monetization now. But normally I get 10,000 to 100,000 views a day. I have like 300 on there.
What did you talk about?
I don't remember, other than I was a little pissed off about the California government. So maybe that was it.
That may be it.
Yeah.
White dudes for Harris.
Oh no, he's back.
The other night when you were on, you were approaching, if not over 1,000 viewers at one time.
Oh yeah, when we did,
and it was difficult to keep up as a moderator. It was difficult to keep up with the trolls. It was one after another. I think I probably booted at least 20.
Wow. Thanks, James. Yeah, I don't know why we're not getting a lot of traction here today, and I wonder if it has something to do with what happened yesterday.
Probably.
Shadow ban.
Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea.
and as I'm messing with the computer and sharing the screen, I can't see the comments on my phone. So thanks, guys, for moderating and watching that for us.
Right. Yeah. Thanks so much, you guys. So if you're on TikTok, double tap that screen. If you can send us a gift, that's great. It raises our ratings. We can reach more people. If you're on YouTube, X, or Rumble, please give us the thumbs up or the positive affirmation button. It's appreciated. Thank you.
Lucky Chucky 81 is asking if there's any new fires. That is what we're looking for right now. Lucky Chucky.
The only new fire from last night, like I said, appears to be north of the Palisades fire. Looks like in Hidden Hills. It's burned 1,000 acres. It is encroaching on a neighborhood per this map. And again, guys, you know, we're not professionals at this. We're simply using the tools that we have at our disposal to kind of look at what's going on. Stay tuned to your local news. Cell towers have the ability within a radius to contact the cell phones that are close. So, you know, rely on that, not us.
Yeah, here's a report saying that Newport Beach is sending firefighters to Los Angeles to help out, which is good news.
Ron DeSantis yesterday declared that he was going to send all the help that California needed.
Oh, really?
Yes, he did.
And the National Guard was also dispatched this morning from the state of California.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, Lucky Chucky 81 said it's crazy how these fires are in a circle. Yeah, I mean, there was some other reports about them being in a triangular shape. I don't know exactly what they were getting at, but it's just not feasible to think that you would have organic fires that far away. There has to be something else going on there.
Well, let's look at economically, okay, what are the repercussions of Palisades burning versus Riverside burning?
Exactly.
Rancho Cucamonga burning, right? San Bernardino, like what's the repercussions of that burning versus the high net worth areas that are currently burning? That's what's a little suspect.
Right. Exactly.
I agree.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So we've got Newport Beach sending over help. Corona Del Mar here we go. Corona Del Mar interactive maps. Let's see whether they have something on the Corona.
Yeah, I still don't see anything popping up. And the one that we had, the Sunset fire and the fire that was north of Sunset, they popped pretty much immediately.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what Ayala said. Firefighters can't fight without any water. It's very true.
Well, Sam, that brings up a point that I'd like to make. When you have this many fires and the demand on that many pumps at one time, fire hydrants aren't meant to all be used at one time. If you know, you go to a neighborhood, you have three houses on fire, you plug into some fire hydrants and you use them. You have plenty of pressure. But when you're trying to actively use that many hydrants at one time, nobody can really expect that they're all going to work. Granted, they didn't have the water on storage, and I agree with that. They did not. As they were promised, they did not have the water in storage. All those tanks were empty.
Yeah, and another thing, too, that people forget about, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, I reported on that they were stealing fire hydrants here in LA and selling them for scrap metal.
Are you kidding?
Oh no, This happened. I think it was about 6 months ago when this came out, and I reported it. I want to say 6 months ago. Yeah, so I think the last count I saw was somewhere between 100 and 150 hydrants that had been stolen and sold for scrap metal.
Well, that should be an easy catch.
Gee, you think you're walking down the street with a fire hydrant?
Well, I used to work in a rail yard. People used to come steal tie bars and ties and all kinds of different iron type of product. And they would put them in the beds of vehicles and then take them to a scrap yard. Well, a 1970 Chevy doesn't weigh 14 tons.
Right, right, exactly. Nanner said good morning. Good morning, Nanner. B. Folded said, sending all that help there and no help for North Carolina or Tennessee from the government. News barely covered it. Why? That's a very good question.
That's not true. They gave North Carolina $750 for each person affected.
Exactly.
I mean, we're doing our best for our folks there. But Ukraine, I mean.
Oh yeah, exactly. Let's send $200 billion there. It's just crazy. But if nothing else, you guys, my perspective is with these fires, it's certainly bringing the spotlight to Gavin Newsom, the governor, Karen Bass, the city, the mayor of the city of Los Angeles. And I'm telling you, that is going to get traction because people around the country don't understand how poorly run this state has been.
When she got off the plane, and you actually mentioned that on your daily dispatch, when they showed her question and the 10 questions that were asked of her, and she stood there like a deer in the headlights and didn't answer anything, that spoke volumes.
Yeah, that's just crazy. I mean, you would think she would at least be double talking or word salad, like, what's her name?
Yeah, her.
Yeah, exactly. Kamala Harris. There you go. Wendy Ann sent another hand heart. Thank you, Wendy Ann. Hey, everybody on TikTok, double tap that screen. If you can send a gift, that's great. Raises our ratings. And please share this out. Share this live out to everyone that you have, that you follow and follow you. Let's get these numbers up.
The Senate agreed to advance the Laken-Riley Act.
What's that?
The Senate
agrees
to advance Laken-Riley Act.
Oh, interesting.
The woke will be broke.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
And can we just talk about Michelle Obama not showing up and Trump and Obama just chopping it up like two old schoolboys at the funeral?
Yeah, that was really, really strange.
That kind of threw me off a little bit too.
I want to know what they were talking about.
There was a call for a lip reader to come out of TikTok and talk about that. I never did see the result.
Well, it here's what it reminds me. Remember Spy versus Spy? Like the black spy and the white spy would be sitting next to each other, just chopping it up like they were best friends because they came out to topple each other. Or Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. Like,
Right.
Talking about how I'm gonna get you and
yeah, exactly.
I mean, oh man, what I would do to know what that conversation was.
Yeah, that was
seen
just
a clip where Trump did address him and Obama talking, and he was laughing. He's like, "Yeah, it looked like we were friendly, but like he kind of danced around it." But even Trump was like, "Yeah, it looked like we were friendly, but we were just there for Jimmy Carter."
Yeah, exactly. Robin, thank you for the gifts. We've got, she sent roses. There's been Priscilla, a.k.a. 101, sent a rose to Alex. Thank you so much. It's appreciated. Double tap that screen, everybody. Let's share this live out. And if you're on TikTok, Rumble, X, or YouTube, give us the thumbs up or the positive affirmation button, please. Thank you.
He told all the politicians, left or right, yeah, they attack each other on screen, but really and truly, they shake hands when the cameras are off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Devastation. Cindy came up and said even more, not one person acknowledged Harris when she came in. And also, did you notice that Kamala Harris kept looking over her shoulder at President Trump and Obama?
Scientists warn climate change will continue to affect the location that the government wants to purchase at a discounted price.
Isn't that true? Jeez. My goodness. Lucky Chucky said, yep. MMA said, yep. It's so true. Cindy said it was so funny. I thought it was too. But again, I just found that interaction between President Trump and Obama interesting, to say the least.
Dear liberals, in 10 days, Trump will be sentenced to be your president until January 20th, 2029.
Exactly. Exactly. Tammy Tyree said, look, Kamala was getting from Melania. Yeah, and then did you guys see the outfit that Melania wore? It had a graphic on the collar, and I still have not been able to determine what that was or what it represented. Do you guys know?
No, I haven't.
If you guys go on thehill.com, it explains what how Trump addressed him and Obama looking like they were friendly. Like, he was asked about it, and he's like, yeah, it looked like we were friendly, but we really weren't.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. I know. It's weird. And I also saw a post this morning that Biden came out and said that the federal government was going to cover all of the losses in Los Angeles.
For 6 months.
Oh, was it for 6 months?
180 days.
Come on, man. I don't see how you do that.
Well, I think there's going to be a huge amount of cleanup, obviously. And one of my questions is, where are they going to go with all that refuse? I mean, there's a lot of damage. They can't simply just truck that. They can't grind it. And if they do, where are they going to go with it?
No idea. Oh, you know what? Maybe they'll do what they did at the World Trade Centers and bring in truckloads and ship it off to China.
Well, they could take trains. Well, that was iron, Sam. We're not talking. There's not a lot of iron in this. There's some, but not like the World Trade Center. China bought all the iron.
Right.
And they probably turned it into railroad track that we turned around and bought back.
Right. I know. It's crazy. And I think that's another thing, you guys. I think we're going to see a lot of exposure when President Trump gets in, whether it comes to World Trade Centers, the JFK situation, the you-know-what that people were forced to get back in 2020. I mean, I think we're going to see a hell of a lot of exposure. What's that?
All About Liberty says this is a money transfer. I mean, if you really think about it, not wrong.
Yeah, I know. It's very obvious. Marcus Aurelius, good morning. Great to have you here. MMA said, I'm of Eastern European descent. Melania is the quintessential Slavic woman. She's fabulous. She is. Did you see that a couple of years ago? They talked about the difference between Melania Trump and Big Mike, and that Big Mike was way better looking than Melania. I mean, come on. In what universe, man?
Melania is a supermodel, and Mike Obama has a large penis.
I mean, are we really surprised? Because, I mean, liberals still believe that men can have babies.
Exactly. At least that's what they want people to believe. It's just bullshit. Excuse my language. Lucky Chucky 81 says, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Exactly. All About Liberty said California is very rich. Devil Mountain Coffee said, or Kofe said, he said to cover the California governor's FEMA expenses related to LA fires for the next 180 days. Right. Yeah, I misspoke.
Email exclusive. Leaked memo reveals LA Mayor Karen Bass demanded her fire department cut an extra $49 million just 1 week before the fires broke out.
Wow.
Georgia CDN, that is their real name, was Michael, not Michelle, so it's not disgusting for us to say.
Yeah, well, you know what? When the truth comes out, people are going to be shocked.
Yes, Joan Rivers. She was the first to disclose it.
Right, exactly. And then 2 weeks later, mysteriously passed away from a beauty. What do you call it? Yeah, exactly. Just crazy. Goldilocks 17 said, can't wait for all the disclosure. You and me both, Goldilocks. It's going to be epic. So let's see. We've got Hollywood Land said Karen Bass is incompetent. That's a very nice way to put it. I don't know if it's incompetency or if it's something much more nefarious.
It is.
Bass had a new LA City logo designed especially for all the reporters asking questions.
Exactly.
Incompetent is not the word. Here's one word that describes Karen Bass: woke.
Yeah. There are those that believe that the last elections here in LA were not legitimate. In my opinion, I think they're right. Now, how that plays out, and we got to remember too, guys, that the 2020 disclosure is coming. How is that going to affect what Biden has supposedly done over the last 4 years? Well, fraud vitiates everything. So we got to be careful when we're talking about this subject, because I get warnings on that. But I think when the disclosure happens, when the truth comes out, there's going to be some significant changes made.
Georgia got banned. She called us a MAGA cult.
Okay.
Yeah, I took care of that.
Thank you, James.
Former Democratic Rep Barbara Lee.
What was that, Alex?
Barbara Lee formally announces campaign for Oakland mayor.
Who is she?
Former Democratic Rep Barbara Lee
I don't know who she is.
announces her campaign. Lee ran for U.S. Senate in California, but lost to the highest vote getters, Adam Schiff and Steve Grady.
Wow.
You mean Steve Garvey?
Yes, Garvey's.
Yeah, there's no way Adam Schiff really won against Steve Garvey. No chance. N.A. Paired said, Karen Bass is playing to the news. Newsom, Agnes both need to leave office now. We the people can make it. Well, even President Trump has come out now a couple of times and called for Gavin Newsom's resignation. Now, is that going to get any legs? Well, we'll have to see. But I would love to see something like that happen. So when Newsom got recalled a few years ago, there was two guys that were the proponents of the recall. One of them, his name is Mike Netters. He's a personal friend of mine. And with all of the information that they had, there's no way, in my opinion, that Newsom was legitimately reelected after that process. But again, we're going to have to wait and see how it plays out.
And let's not forget that today the Supreme Court is hearing oral arguments on the TikTok ban.
Right. And again, I believe that's already happened, and I think it's in the background, but I don't think there's any chance of TikTok being banned in the U.S. I don't believe President Trump would have come on the platform if that was the case.
Just one reminder to all our liberal friends watching. You guys see how Gavin Newsom ran California to the ground, but make sure and vote for him in 2028.
Right. All About Liberty said, is the GOP filing for an investigation of that U.S. Senate race? I haven't heard anything about that yet, but I have a feeling that one specific thing is going to trigger another. Now, whether that's 2020, whether it's a Senate race, who knows? But I think once that trigger happens, that first domino falls, it's going to be a succession of dominoes, in my opinion. We'll have to see how it plays out.
Breaking news, Maduro sworn in Venezuela as the president, while U.S. and other nations recognize Gonzalez.
Yeah, for the third time, I think he got, bull, BS. I don't believe it. Hollywood Land said Gascon is a switch hitter. Oh, God, that's funny.
Luigi Mangione case?
What's that?
Haven't heard a peep about it.
United CEO assassin. Any update on that case?
That dropped out of the sphere very quickly, I thought.
Let me see if there's any updates here.
Suspicious.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
There hasn't been any updates on any websites or news since the 19th of December.
Wow. That's mind blowing. Hey, everybody on TikTok, if you would double tap that screen, share this live out to everybody you can. On Rumble, YouTube, and X, please give us a thumbs up or the positive affirmation button. It would be appreciated. So, Melissa said she was literally just saying that. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Melissa, but keep them coming. Hollywood Land said, rich Americans' lives matter. Well, the amount of taxes that we pay here in California, it's unbelievable that this has happened the way it has.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, it looks like we're kind of slowing down here. Why don't we end it now and see if we can't re-hook up back later this afternoon after we hear some more information. What does that sound like to you?
Later this afternoon with breaking news and Sam Shelby.
Exactly. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for being here. Everybody on all the platforms, thank you for being here. It's appreciated. And we will see you later today. Have a wonderful day, and we'll all talk soon.
Bye.
Take care, everybody.